I can't do it.
It's you.
Randy.
It's you. Good afternoon. Welcome to the November 8th, 2022 Board of Mayor and Alderman meeting for the City of Fayetteville, Tennessee. I'm going to ask Pastor Kenny McNatt from Hope Assembly Church to come and give us our opening prayer. After that, we'll do the pledge, and then we'll look at our agenda. Please stand.
Shall we pray? Father, as we come to you tonight, we thank you so much for the blessings that you've given us in our lives. The blessing that we have to enjoy freedom. Lord, as we meet together tonight, I pray that you would guide the discussions. I pray that you would give wisdom where wisdom is needed, grace where grace is needed. And Father, we thank you that you're going to lead this meeting tonight, and it will be for the betterment of our community. And it's in your name, Jesus, that we pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. Thank you, Pastor. You have your agenda in front of you. Does anybody have any additions, deletions, any change? If not, we'll adopt this agenda. First, we have a review of the regular meeting minutes of October 11, 2022. Does anybody have any additions, deletions, corrections? If not, those will stand in record. We'll go to reports. We'll welcome Miss Amy Bird with Fayetteville Main Street.
Thank you, Mayor. You all have, I did bring Miss Pam the November newsletter that went out November 1st. So I'll go over that. We've been very, very busy the past 3 months since I've been here. So I will try to go through some of this very quickly. So in the first part of our newsletter, well, you'll notice it's a different format now from the last time. And that's because our board voted to make a very large investment into a platform that's built specifically for Main Streets and chambers and community organizations, and it's called Locable. And it includes, well, we had a brand new website, membership management platform, which has been very, very needed with the amount of members that we have accrued over the past few months. And then I'm able to pull, it has like these guided blog posts, and I can pull these blog posts into a newsletter, and it's a lot easier to send out all of our events and news stories to our members. So if you're a member, you should have gotten this on our email list. The first event that we have listed on here is the new event that we have this year for Host of Christmas Past, and that is the Downtown Churches Tour. We have 5 churches on the tour. This is a new event for us this year. It's $10 per person, and ticket sales are only on our website. We're again part of the tree lighting this year at 5 o'clock Friday night. And then we're also, our Youth Leaders Council is going to be taking pictures of kids with Santa Claus at the CSRS lot, and then also decorating ornaments for free. This is something that we wanted to give back, and then we also are going to be accepting donations for our Youth Leaders Council, and hopefully whatever we collect will go back into a scholarship for them. They actually got to come and be a part of city government, or learn about city government at the October meeting and November meeting. We're planning on doing a segment on historic preservation, which is one of the Main Street approaches. Next on this is the Small Business Saturday, and that is also on your agenda tonight. We were recently awarded, I applied for, I guess it's a title or a program for small business leaders in communities. So we're now called a neighborhood champion, Main Street is. So today I actually got a big box of goodies that we'll give out to our merchants, and they'll be able to give them out to their customers. So depending on how many merchants we have that want to participate, maybe the first 5 customers or the first 10 customers will get one of these canvas bags. It says shop small on this side, and then It has Shop Small and American Express on this side. And there's also signage that they sent us and stickers, so that we can, so that people can know that our merchants are supporting Shop Small, or it's a small business. So I'll give those out next week. I told our merchants I'll let them get through host before I come and start talking about something else. Let's see, another thing that we have coming up is our membership mixer. These are every 6 months that are not part of the learning opportunity. We did have another mixer. It was called Soup to Success, and it is a learning opportunity that we're going to do twice a year. The one that was presented in September was done by a marketing consultant who moved here. She has large clients like Johnson & Johnson and national brands, and she actually has already helped rebrand some of the merchants in our community. Like, I don't know if y'all have seen the name change from Bone & Bazaar to Mercantile Home Market. So she's helping them with some marketing strategies, and we're hoping to have another session with her in the spring. Some other events that we have coming up. We have the Grand Ball in January, which is like the Masquerade was a couple of years ago. Last year it was the Roaring Twenties. So we're working on that. And then a new event we'll have this year is the Chocolate Walk in February. And it's kind of like Spirits with the Spirits. You go to different merchants around the square, but you get some sort of chocolate at each stop. And Winchester does it, and they've been very successful with it. So we're hoping this will be another event to get people into our merchants. Gosh, I have a lot here. I'm sorry, y'all. So we had some bloggers come. Michael, I know you got to meet some of them from Three Friends of the Fork. This is a great way to get exposure for Fayetteville in other communities in our area. I had someone reach out to me from the Madison Mom, so I'm hoping to get her the week of Thanksgiving, and then that'll encourage some holiday shopping and to come in from out of town to our merchants. I already said Soup to Success was great. Youth Leaders Council. First Fridays is over for the year. It was tremendously successful this year. I could not imagine it going any better than it did this year. At one point, we had 91 vendors who signed up. So last year, the biggest one we had was like 47 vendors, I think. So it definitely took off this year. And we're considering moving it to second Saturday next year. Just to make it a little easier for our vendors to get set up. Fall in Love with Fayetteville Festival was also a great success. I don't know if y'all have noticed that we've updated the kiosk over here on the corner. It got a fresh coat of paint. It's blue. It pops now. Before it was gray. And all of the posters are new in it. So we actually have updated the map that Christy was able to get for me from Chandler Thinks. So updated the directory on the map, and whenever you scan the QR code, it takes you to the Main Street website so they can see all of our members' websites are listed on our website. Flat Pay is another thing. So this is Flat Pay's first time at an alderman meeting. This is something to get our kids involved and get Fayetteville a little bit more notice around the world. She actually traveled to the United Kingdom. Someone took her over fall break. So you have your kid print it out, cut it, and then color it, and then laminate it. Heather laminated it for me. So, and that's just, she's holding a little bag of slaw burgers too. So she is definitely Fayetteville. What else do we have on them? I already said the new website, Spirits with the Spirits. We sold over 60 tickets. We had a great time. We had 6 different stops around the square. Again, that's an annual event that we're excited about. Another thing that we're very, very excited about is Java Road received a grant, a $5,000 grant from Main Street America and American Express. So we're very proud of them, and it's going to go towards signage and technology in her business. Let's see. And November 21st, we have a meeting with the state for a strategic planning session. It's 15 pages, and there's over 40 action items that Main Street's going to start working towards. It sounds a little bit overwhelming to have 40 action items, but it's a 2-year plan, and I would like to invite y'all to come to the meeting. It's November 21st at 5 o'clock at the Main Street office. And we'll have our 2 representatives from the state there, and we would love for y'all to be a part of it, just to see, not just an outside perspective, but we also did some surveys on some things that we can start implementing through the Main Street approach. So thank y'all so much, and hopefully y'all will be one of the first customers to get one of these bags on Small Business Saturday. So thank y'all. Y'all have any questions for me?
Yeah, I have a couple.
Okay.
So the grant, was that part of an offshoot of the other awards from American Express, or just two totally separate?
Two totally separate things. So Sheila applied, I want to say back in July, and it was awarded in October. And then I applied for this, the Neighborhood Champion, I think in September. And
Okay.
so it's totally
Okay.
different things. But
Second question, the Small Business Saturday, is that in conjunction with the National Small Business Saturday?
it is. So American Express actually coined the term, and they have it copyrighted. And I believe they started it in 2009. So Small Business Saturday is an American Express term, even though, everybody uses it. So what they do is they send us social media tools and things like that on how we can promote it within our community. And they, encourage you to have an event, which is why I wanted to do the food truck rally, and just something simple to get people downtown, and then have, a few giveaways and stuff in the stores.
So essentially a Black Friday, then Small Business Saturday.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Mhm. So yeah, Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, and there was a new one that I saw this year for Sunday. I can't remember what it was.
Okay. Thank you. Any other questions, Ms. Bird? Thank you so much. Thanks for
Sorry.
all the exciting things that are going on at Main Street.
Oh, yeah, very, 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 very busy.
Mhm.
Thank y'all.
Thank you. We'll go to our standing committee reports. We'll start with the Fire Department Chief Kim Brute.
Good evening.
Good evening.
For the month of October, the fire department responded to 121 incidents. 4 of them were fires. We had 10 MVAs, 81 were EMS runs, and then a few other miscellaneous runs throughout the month. And that's my report for the month.
Any questions, Mr. Kimber? Thank you, sir. We'll go to Police Department. The chief is under the weather, so we have Commander Casillas tonight.
For the month of October, we had 123 incidents, 70 arrests, 50 traffic crashes, 86 traffic citations, and 1,177 police activity events. That's my report, sir.
And we had a little situation yesterday, but
Yes, sir, we did on Winchester Highway. The officers are fine. They were outside the vehicle. And I don't know if everybody knows
I
about
don't
it. They
think
were-
so. If you just want to give a little quick.
Yeah,
recap.
they were on a traffic stop, and we had another officer assisting that officer doing that traffic stop, and they were rear-ended and knocked one of the patrol vehicles into the other. They were fine. It was a close call, and I'm glad they're doing well, and it was not worse than what it could have been.
And one of the vehicles had the canine, but the canine's
Yes,
good too.
I think it was more aggravated because it got woken up, but other than that, the dog is fine.
Sure. Any questions, Mr. Casillas? Thank you so much. We go to Finance Department, Ms. Jamie Owen.
Okay, for this month, our local sales tax, the current month for the local sales tax came in at $255,190. Year to date, we are up $95,518, and we're at 27.91% of our $3.2 million budget for the year. Our occupancy tax, we are at $11,870 for the month. We did have a late filer for the month, but he has since paid that, and it was actually in the mail, so we received it. Year over year, we're up $3,673 or $763, and we're at 35.15% for our budget for this year.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Any questions, Ms. Owen? Thank you very much. We go to Recreation Department, Mr. Brian Carter.
Good evening.
Good evening.
A Touch a Truck and Treat event was a success along with our senior fishing rodeo. Our Bright Lights and Festive Nights event will be on December the 2nd at 6 p.m. Christmas Parade will be on December the 3rd at 5 p.m. And the theme of that is Christmas Morning Memories. Our cycle net, we're coordinating with FPU and waiting for the ground to get soft so we can get that completed. An update on Don Davidson Electrical. The trenches have been covered, conduit has been laid, wire has been drawn, and the platforms are waiting to be completed. We have no vandalism at the parks for the past couple of weeks. We're appreciative of that. Damage on S.J. King Park. We are looking to start construction within the next couple of weeks. We have the quotes for that, so hopefully that'll be completed here soon. The Lee Building parking, Mr. Owens, myself, and Mr. Plunkett are getting together so we can see about getting the fences removed so we can have an opening there for that and putting down tile so we can be able to cross the drainage ditch. Pool slide painting update. The pool has been repainted once again. The pool slide has been repainted once again. Hopefully this time we will not have any more problems. And my 1-year update, and this is for projects completed. We had a drainage pipe that was installed at Don Davidson Park, lights installed at SJ King Pavilions, a roof installed at the pool house, and a roof installed at the Pee Wee Field press box, lights installed at the pool parking lot, LED lights installed at Kids Park, monument replaced at Don Davidson Park, mulch filled at Kids Park, dugouts painted at the Pee Wee and Little League fields, water heater replaced at the pool, practice fields formed at the soccer complex, and a sewage pump replaced at Don Davidson Park. And that is my report.
All right. Any questions, Mr. Carter? Thank you, sir. Mr. Plunkett is out this week. Our report for Public Works will be given by City Administrator Kevin Owens.
Good evening. Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, board. Good evening, residents. Ed is out on vacation this week, but there was about 3 points he asked me to remind the public about. The Thanksgiving pickup, the normal Thursday pickup will be done on Friday this year. So that will be Friday the 25th for the pickup. And he asked that the carts be put out the night before. He said because their crews start at 1 a.m. and a lot of times residents start putting them out early in the morning. So he asked residents to consider putting the carts out the night before. And with the leaf truck, it is we have a shortage of manpower, but we are addressing all of the residents who have leaf problems. And he urged that we do not bag the leaves, that we just keep them in the flow. And the crews will circulate and blow the leaves as well when they do the pickup. And that will be the report from Public Works.
Any questions of Mr. Owens on Public Works? Thank you, sir. We'll go to planning and codes. Ms. Christy Gentry.
Thank you, Mayor. 9 permits were issued in October. The total project valuation was $815,198. The total permit fees were $719. The property maintenance log for October is on your iPads, but I did want to bring up, we had 3 court hearings yesterday. One was for 1101 McDonald Street, 201 Camp Drive, and 108 Washington Street West. Efforts are being made for compliance, so the judge granted each of these property owners an extension, but all 3 will return to court within the next few weeks for a follow-up to see if they've come in compliance. 3 projects were approved at the October Planning Commission meeting. 2 were minor plats, and the other one was for a quadplex development on Robertson Street. The Planning and Codes Department is hosting a contractors forum on November the 17th from 5 to 7 p.m. right here in the auditorium. Carolyn Lazenby and Claudia Byers will be our guest speakers, and they will cover the topics of workman's comp insurance and state of Tennessee licensing requirements for contractors. The 30th annual Hosted Christmas Past is this weekend. Friday festivities kick off at 5 p.m. with the opening ceremony and the tree lighting. They will be followed this year by the new event Main Street is putting on, the downtown church tours. Saturday festivities start around 8 a.m. and will go through 8 p.m. A lot of our host favorites are back this year, a lot of them for the first time since COVID. We do have regular updates on the host Facebook page, and then also brochures are available at the sponsors. I do want to thank FPU and the Rec Department for help getting the Christmas decorations put up around the downtown square. We are starting to look festive, and we are really excited to celebrate the 30th annual host this weekend.
All good information. Any questions, Ms. Gentry? Thank you. You have a report from On your iPad, extensive report from Mr. Owens, but Mr. Owens, do you have any specific things you want to give on your city administrator's report this month?
No, just to remind the board, we got several capital projects that we are working on. And all of them are having constant activities. We're expecting the Greenway Phase 2 bids to come in this month on November 29th. It's currently out. Don Davidson, we're working now, getting more traction from the state, which was a holdup. So, I'm sorry, Don Davidson, as Brian reported, is constantly going. We were on site yesterday. The William D. Jones is the one we're getting constant, a little more consistent reporting and activities from the state. So that is moving. We're working with the sidewalks, and of course, the Dunn Roman just received its bids, so we're expecting more action from that. Also, just expect out of November, we're working on the ADA plan that was presented maybe 2 years ago, but we do have a series of meetings this month. We're doing fleet management and capital assessments. So myself, Pam, and Jamie are out looking at departments over this month. We're meeting regular and site visiting Humane Society, so we're hopeful to have a little more activity up from there. And also, we're looking at the pilot program. So hopefully out of the month of November, some more information will be coming before the board and the public on all of these things.
Any questions, Mr. Owens? Thank you. We don't have any unfinished business. We'll go straight into new business. Item A, emergency repair for a garbage truck at Public Works. We spoke about this in Finance Committee this month, and we also spoke about it at the work session. I have a motion, a second, to approve the purchase of a part not to exceed $2,535.48.
Move to approve, Mr. Mayor.
Second.
Second, Alderman Small. Any discussion? Pam, call the roll, please.
Mr. Bryant?
Aye.
Ms. Allen? Ms. Small?
Aye.
Mr. Oliver?
Aye.
Ms. Hartman?
Aye.
Mr. Martinez?
That item passed. Item B, Dunn Roman Drainage Project, bid approval and funding. We talked about this in Finance and the work session. And a motion, a second, to approve a bid of, the single bid of $64,400. The money will be pulled from the bond funds to pay for this drainage project.
Can move to approve Dunn Roman Drainage Project.
Second.
Mayor.
Second, Mr. Martinez, any discussion? Pam, call the roll, please.
Ms. Allen? Ms. Small?
Aye.
Mr. Oliver?
Aye.
Ms. Hartman?
Aye.
Mr. Martinez?
Aye.
Mr. Bryant?
That item passed. Item C, Shelbyville Highway paving project approval and funding. Now, this is just for paving, it's not rebuilding the bridge. But the single bid was $63,250. Money will be pulled from the bond funds on this drainage project. Can I get a motion, a second? To approve.
Second.
Second, Alderman Allen, any discussion? Pam, call the roll, please.
Ms. Small?
Aye.
Mr. Oliver?
Aye.
Ms. Hartman?
Aye.
Mr. Martinez?
Aye.
Mr. Bryant? Ms. Allen?
That item passed. Item D, Fayetteville City School System Pay Request, Brodus number 12, Jim Safran Project, PDMC PJ 0410, 2019-03. This is standard. We've been doing this for about a year now. An invoice will be paid by the city school system on the Dome project. Just need a motion, a second, to approve it.
Move to approve, Mayor.
Second.
Second, Alderman Small, any discussion? And call the roll, please.
Mr. Oliver?
Aye.
Ms. Hartman?
Aye.
Mr. Martinez?
Aye.
Mr. Bryant?
Aye.
Ms. Allen? Ms. Small?
Aye.
That item passed. Item E, ordinance 2022-15, City of Fayetteville FY23 Budget Amendment Number 2. Our finance director went over this in finance and in the work session. These are for items that we approved in last month's meeting. This is for the audit. So a motion, a second, to approve.
Move to approve ordinance 2022-15.
Second.
Second, Alderman Martinez, any discussion? Pam, call the roll, please.
Ms. Hartman?
Aye.
Mr. Martinez?
Aye.
Mr. Bryant?
Aye.
Ms. Allen? Ms. Small?
Aye.
Mr. Oliver?
Aye.
That item passed. Item F, certificate of deposit renewal. We have a CD of $200,000. It's going to mature this month. It was brought to our attention by the finance director in the finance meeting. She called around with the local banks for different rates to renew it. The recommendation out of finance was for 12 months. The previous was under 6 months. You have in front of you updated to where one of the items actually went from 2% to 2.1% on what the rate would be. I did notice there was an advertisement in the paper day from the Bank of Frank Ewing that was at like 3.75. I noticed the finance director and she contacted them, but they said that did not apply to local funds, that their rate would actually be 1.7. Is that correct? So anyway, so I need a motion and a second with the recommendation of which of these rates you would like to apply to renew that bond.
Mr. Mayor, I move we go with the First Commerce Bank at 2.1.
Second, Mr. Alder. Any discussion? Pam, call the roll, please.
Mr. Martinez?
Aye.
Mr. Bryant?
Aye.
Ms. Allen? Aye. Ms. Small?
Aye.
Mr. Oliver?
Aye.
Ms. Hartman?
Aye.
This item passed. Item G, American Rescue Plan Act, ARPA funds. We received our second allocation of a little over $1 million from the American Rescue Plan Act. There was an article in the paper about that for this week's paper, the Elk Valley Times. Back in our budget process, we discussed using the additional funds for capital items that we could not meet in the budget process. So the board was provided a sheet the other day listing where we'd appropriate those among each department. So I'd like a motion and a second to approve.
So move, Mr. Mayor.
Second.
Second with Alan. Any discussion? Pam, call the roll, please.
Mr. Bryant?
Aye.
Ms. Allen? Aye. Ms. Small?
Aye.
Mr. Oliver?
Aye.
Ms. Hartman?
Aye.
Mr. Martinez?
Aye.
Item passed. The rest of these are permits. Item H, as Ms. Byrd from Main Street spoke, Small Business Saturday event permit for November 26, 2022, up here on the square, which is the Saturday after Thanksgiving. And then motion and second to approve.
Move to approve.
Second.
Second, Alderman Hartman. Any discussion? Pam, call the roll, please.
Ms. Allen? Aye. Ms. Small?
Aye.
Mr. Oliver?
Aye.
Ms. Hartman?
Aye.
Mr. Martinez?
Aye.
Mr. Bryant?
Item passed. Item I, Bright Lights and Festive Nights event, December 2nd, 2022. This will be an event down at Stonebridge Park, as noted by Recreation Parks Director, Mr. Carter. Need a motion, a second to approve.
Motion to approve, Mayor.
Second. Any discussion? Ma'am, call the roll, please.
Ms. Small?
Aye.
Mr. Oliver?
Aye.
Ms. Hartman?
Aye.
Mr. Martinez? Mr. Bryant?
Aye.
Ms. Allen?
That item passed. Last item, item J, Fayetteville Lincoln County Toy Drive Roadblock, as noted by Chief Kimbrough. This will be at December 3rd, 2022. Need a motion, second to approve.
So move.
Second.
Second, Alderman Hartman. Any discussion? Pam, call the roll, please.
Mr. Oliver?
Aye.
Ms. Hartman?
Aye.
Mr. Martinez?
Aye.
Mr. Bryant?
Aye.
Ms. Allen? Aye. Ms. Small?
Aye.
Item passed. I will go to closing comments. I'll go to Alderman Martinez.
It's November's here, so that's Thanksgiving's around the corner and it won't be long Christmas will be here. Wow. Go exercise. You're about to vote tonight. If you haven't already, and I'd like to congratulate everybody that's running and good luck.
Alderman Hartman.
Yes, I just want to say, thank you, a big thank you to the Public Works Department on the leaves. I know that it's a busy time right now. Everybody's raking leaves and the streets are full, but they're doing the best they can, and let's be patient. And I'm just thankful that they pick them up and I don't have to take them somewhere. So I appreciate those guys. And also on the Main Street, the church tour, that is a new event for Main Street. And when you hear how much history is in our local churches, this is going to be a wonderful event and it will be educational. So please come out and visit and take this tour. Look on the Main Street website to buy your tickets. It's going to be a huge event. Thank you.
Ms. Allen.
I would like to wish our city administrator, Mr. Owens, a happy birthday. It's hard to believe that we'll have the host Christmas Mass, bright lights and festive nights, and the Christmas parade before we meet again. And I'd like to thank all the departments for their hard work for making those events possible.
Alderman
I'd just like to ditto everything that's already been said and ask everyone to have a happy Thanksgiving.
Vice Mayor?
Yeah, same here. I wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Continue to support our high school football team. They're in the playoffs and doing well so far.
Mr. Oliver?
Chamber wanted me to let everyone know to remember to pick up your Host of Christmas Past brochures. If you get that paper copy, you can scan the QR code on it to pull it up on your phone, or you can download that at hostofchristmaspast.com. I think it's going to feel like Christmas on this weekend, so from what I've seen on the temperature, so it'll be a good weekend for it. But happy Thanksgiving to everybody, and that's all I've got.
And I want to, even though it's beforehand, I want to thank all of our departments for what they'll be doing this weekend or this week to prepare. This is a community effort that's not only going to be on the square that benefits our local merchants, but will be all the way down Huntsville Highway. They have the craft shows at Lincoln County High School, and they have one at Riverside, and they have events at the museum. So this isn't just an event for the square, it's an event for everybody. And I appreciate everybody's volunteer efforts. And Alderman Hartman, the tree lighting ceremony is at 5 o'clock on Friday?
It is. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
so the tree lighting is normal, is on the west side of the square, so those that can attend, please attend it. Want to congratulate our Fayetteville City Tigers. They won 75-28 this past week. They play Dresden this coming Friday, and hopefully get past that, a matchup with either McKenzie or Moore County. So basically, at the most, if they can go all the way through state, there's 3 more games. I encourage everybody, this is a special group of young men, coaches, and if you get a chance to come out and see them play, this would be the last home game that they can play this week. Also, it was noted in the paper last week about the agreement between the Humane Society and the city and the county. And I want to commend our city administrator for many meetings and many hours to help negotiate that. And like he stated, the city and county went over to evaluate the condition of the building recently. So there's a lot of good things going on with that. So actually, before a December meeting, the next actual meeting, there will be a special called meeting to certify results from this election and seat the new board. So keep your eye on when that date will appear. I wish everybody a happy holiday season and be safe. This meeting is adjourned until that next meeting.